Wiki, welcome, and hold on to your butts, ladies and gentlemen. We have a Wiki Warcraft 2 game of the century. Raz allying Sepi and Kagan, that would be Denmark, Finland, and Russia versus the Gardener, Claw, and Maciek. We'll start up here at the 12 o'clock spot. It is indeed who you expected it to be. It's Maciek, the Polish pound 'em down type of guy, especially at chop. And his opponent will be Raz, or I should say ally. So this is Raz here in the yellow. Down here it is the Gardener. And then, of course, we have Claw and Sepi. And finally, rounding it off all the way back to the beginning, it is indeed Kagan, the Russian bad boy. Doing a repair on his barracks. Meanwhile, a peasant has made it in here to the orc player space and is beginning some harassment that's not too good for Sepi, who is the orc player. That team needs to have their orc hit that bloodlusted ogres and come at them. A nice little hop in on the inside there. And Sepi actually getting the first assault. He might want to build himself a tower because he's going to need another hop in. And there's the nice block off for that hop in. Sepi really showing how it's got to be done. And here's a total abandonment of this here. And a footman moves on in to start striking this tower down. Not a bad thing for him to do. And Sepi's going to relocate onto this 9 o'clock spot. Or small 9, I should say. Meanwhile, it is indeed actually the Maciek versus Raz. They're not on the same team. And you saw a lot of peasants come on out there because it looks like we had a 1 barracks repair versus the classic 2 barracks. Down here, some grunts from the Gardener. Going to be moving on up on the map. And is this a tower? No, he's repairing himself a farm. He wants to get more and more footmen out as quickly as he can. But the 1 barracks is easily able to keep up the number of peasants and keep pumping from that 1 barracks. Meanwhile, it looks like the hero from Denmark, Raz, will put a wall up at his front door. 2 grunts going to come up probing out here. This is obviously not Sepi's team, as only 1 player is allotted orc inside this tournament. And then here's an offensive tower. So the humans player, Claw, very aggressive this game, and this is going to draw him out into a trap. But look, the trap was on the white player, as black was there to save the day, and now comes the orc player. But the orc player is going to want to focus on his economy, getting up to bloodlust, so won't be expecting way too many grunts from him. In fact, he's already walled off his base. Here's a very good defense, but the offense of Raz has just been spectacular. So the humans player Maciek falling victim to Raz's Razzle Dazzle. Razzle Dazzle doesn't have much of a force himself right now. Been focusing most of his APM on that assault. Meanwhile, Claw moving in for the defense here. And he's setting himself up a guard tower to further ward off any sneaky plays. Sepi gonna want to be getting himself a catapult here someday. He does have the blacksmith, and there's the barracks with the catapult being produced. Oh no, that peon continuously produces peons, and can he do the peon pull in time? Raz moving out on the map, but there's some pretty nice defenses there, courtesy of Claw. Captain Claw the Invincible, who is so invincible he's doing another tower rush with a double chop in. So Sepi's going to have 2 double farm block offs ready for him. And he knows he's got a catapult cooking, so he's got an answer already for this type of a tower rush. But that tower rush is going to prevent this tower from being killed, as the catapult has a long way to go all the way around through the river, past those trees, into those woods, and to Grandma's house it normally goes. The peon popping off at the wrong side. And Seppi's actually going to lose a... where's the catapult at? Oh, is it the... Excuse my cough. Jeez. I hope it's not stage 4 cancer. Dun, dun, dun. But they will remember me in the world of Wiki Wiki Warcraft 2 when I go. So at least that I do know. Scout tower shooting on down. He's going to be able to push off this advanced tower. Won't be able to hit that far tower or be able to stop these repairing peasants. But that's what this catapult's here for. He's going to move on down. He's going to rock on down. And then he's going to destroy this. But wait, Captain Claw, the Invincible, is going to need to think of his defense, as Razzle Dazzle has once again put the Razzle Dazzle on a Wiki Wiki Warcraft 2 player. Captain Claw, no way he's ever going to be ready for an attack like this. Black has the stranglehold on him, but Razzle Dazzle has the old Razzle Dazzle on Captain Claw, the Invincible. But Captain Claw kind of showing you why he does have that Invincible moniker, as he's able to put the Peon Peasant Defense Squad into action. Meanwhile, here comes the Ballistas moving on up. He's like, let me on in here. What kind of a defense is this, Black? Black, that is a terrible defense. You need to get on the inside. ASAP. Alright, so they're going to try to make their stand here, but it's just so many overwhelming attack forces, and Yellow's going to try to back on up. He's going to get cleaned on up for his efforts. Does he have the old wall off? He needs that wall off very soon here. Captain Claw, the Invincible, has survived, and actually Razzle Dazzle has been able to razzle dazzle himself through this enemy assault without even taking a scratch. Ooh, one peasant kill was done with a sniper shot from that ballista as he was about to be overrun by those yellow footmen. He decides to aim his ballista, and he throws a hatchet over there to cut the rope, and the ballista twangs off to kill that peasant. And woe is he who had to... luckily for him, he's got no family at home, that footman. He never... he doesn't have to have a wife or children cry over him. Even his parents have long ago passed, so not such a sad story, but it's always a sad story whenever lives are lost in the Wiki Wiki world of Warcraft 2. Black coming to the defense here, and another successful defense of it. Almost this time has been much more successful, but the peasants are even getting in on the action, and actually this was a very big slaughter for Razzle Dazzle, who's had himself razzle dazzled, and now he's going to deal with bloodlusted knights and bloodlusted ogres. Doesn't look like it's going to be a GG in the victory slot for these players, or will it? Sepi has really decided he's going to kick it up into super duper high gear. Bloodlusted knights need to be taken down like the dogs they are. And this 20-some minute game is brought to you in part by war2.ru. Are you gonna play Warcraft 2 at war2.ru, where you can witness it bloodlusted knights just like you do here, see now. Blue scouting out Sepi. He wants to know, but Sepi is generally one strong person to contend with. He's got a catapult in the back here, pretty nice. So even though black and blue are squaring off out the outskirts of Sepi, Sepi seems to be doing a-okay, at least for right now. Or does he? Bloodlusted ogres knocking at that door, and he's walled himself off. Oh, MG, what are you guys doing? Is he even going to spend the time to kill that farm? He doesn't really have a whole lot of time. So while he's repairing one farm, he's destroying another farm. Sepi. But I think he actually will get his ogres out there. The black has sent a couple of reinforcing knights. So it's time for his ogres to make their grand entrance on the battlefield. Quick look over at white space, or soon to be white space. Yellow barely not keeping them off for right now, but 2 knights can quite easily take this down, and 2 more. So that might be GG. And here comes the ogres being scared off. And meanwhile, I forgot to see that Sepi actually landed a killer blow to his enemy, the gardener, who will now not have much of an economy. But the allies of the gardener seem to be doing quite well. Still, Captain Claw nowhere near tier number 3. Tier number 3 here now for whoever this dude is. But I think that Kagan and Sepi kind of have things on lockdown here. Not looking too shabby for him. Not too shabby indeed. And where is he gonna? Oh, he must want some gold ducats. No, guys, where are you guys going? Oh, he's gonna try to have the peasants help out in the battle, or is he? You know, he's gonna send those. Oh, it's black. That's Kagan. Kagan's there to help him. I'm sorry, I thought they were white. The white knights were actually the black knights. He's like, come on, Kagan, help me hold the line. And Kagan rides in there just in time to not close the door up. The knights stream through the breach, and there we have it. Bloodlusted Ogres and Knights is gonna launch the final takedown of Raz, and Raz flees through the back door as his front door is totally kicked down. And then he's gonna set up shop over here. Who's this peon? Oh, Claw, you just lost your peon, bud. And Claw's got some nice defenses here, though. Sepi's trying to take him down, but Claw's been able to hang on. He really needs that tier number 3 so he can start doing the blizz on this right here middle spot. But Kagan has it. Ladies and gentlemen, he's got that tier number 3. Gonna be quite a few tears being cried here in the world of Wiki Warcraft 2 as the DK and the Mage are both on their way. A second DK arrives. Will he decide? No, he doesn't. Maybe they're just waiting for haste, but they're gonna have to wait too long as Kagan has already grabbed that glory by the horns and cast the old blizz on all of these peasants. The knights come riding in, but was it all a distraction as the 4 bloodlusted ogres attack the front door? Not going to be able to get through those pesky guard towers, though. Once again, Claw and his pesky guard towers have done it again. And so Sepi's doing pretty nice here. And the peasants are now following, and we're going to have a peasant square-off, ladies and gentlemen. The peasants of Raz versus the peasants of maciek. Oh, Knight's right in there. Well, it would have been an epic duel, and Raz has 1 peasant make it out of there alive. But you can just see the resources on these guys. Claw has got only 6,000, but Sepi's got 13,000. What are you doing with all those gold ducats there, Sepi? He needs to start. I think he went AFK, actually. Meanwhile, up here at the 12 o'clock spot, it is our hero Maciek who has been stood over victorious, but he's going to have his own expansion cleaned up by a couple of busted ogres from Sepi, and there's the revenge blizz from Maciek. I mean, from Kagan. Kagan building himself a griffin too to add insult to injury. But Maciek's making some work done, getting some revenge on Kagan. Bloodlusted ogres, not quite bloodlusted. And this Knight squad has really got the potential to take down some peasants. But there's the reinforcements with the Bloodlust. This game's pretty much going to be called in the favor. Actually, nope. No tier number 3 as of yet for Claw. I think another 20 minutes and he'll probably decide to upgrade to tier number 3. Maybe another base or 2 and he'll decide, maybe it's time for me to go tier number 3. Tier number 3 time. Or not. He'll stay at tier number 2, where he's safe and build himself a couple more barracks. So, not too shabby for a player like Claw, the Invincible. And he's got that third base going down. He doesn't have the wood for tier number 3 now. He's building his gnomish inventors. That way he can definitely scout out around the map with his flying machines or sappers if he wants to. A mage moving on in here. Which way is he going? He's going trying to deal with his griffin probably. Kagan, what a dork, has the griffin there, but he's going to fly it right to these guard towers where it is surely doomed to die a terribly painful demise from those arrows shot out of the guard tower. The game marches on though. The defense is being rebuilt. New peasants created to take the places of the other fallen peasants. The mage is still casting that blizzard on this empty mining path just to remind them the fair weather is not in the future of that gold mining operation. Also a couple of bloodlusted ogres down here. Cool beans. No, nothing there to... no mages. Where's your mages, buddy? Are you at tier number 3? Ow, what the heck are you doing at tier number 2? It's like 22 minutes into the game and you got tier number 2. If your number of bases you got outnumbers the number of tiers you got, then don't shed tears when you lose the wiki Warcraft 2 to bloodlusted ogres and death and decay. So you see, one mage could have really cleaned up that assault. That was all of those nights that I stay awake, dreaming of the day I can cast blizz on bloodlusted ogres that are at my door. And oh, he's got a bloodlust of his own, probably a friendly fire bloodlust, and that's gonna work exactly in his favor. As the blue player no longer has, he does have a single ogre here to help bloodlust. He's got a tough job to do, a lot of knights to bloodlust up, and I don't know, maybe if I were that ogre, I'd go charging into battle. One mine already gone from Kagan. What a dork, getting himself so much mining on that he's mined it all out. Let's see how much gold ducats he's got in the bank. 21,000. These guys are some very wise investors. Actually, Sepi deciding to spend every last penny he's got. He must have a new Corvette he's driving around in. But a wise investment because it gave him the game. Captain Claus laughed. With you, Warcraft. Ooh.